Yo, what's good? YouTube, Instagram, Twitch. What's popping, people? And as usual, we doing waiver wire badges show, and this is where I discuss the consensus waiver wire. Of course, there's a million waiver wire shows, and I just want to give my opinion on the consensus waiver wire pickups. And number one waiver wire pickup being echoed everywhere is Emmanuel Wilson, and that's the backup to Josh Jacobs, who was injured. And, he's not supposed to be out long, but, that's next up. And the dude, hey, the Green Bay loves to run the ball. So, of course, he's going to be the one you're going after, especially if if you in the hunt for any points, or you don't want to lose your spot, you don't want to let your opponent get this player. Hey, make sure you steal him away from him. I don't think this guy owned in a lot of leagues, but some he is owned in. Next guy we got up, Brashard Tootin. Yeah, my boy. So Tootin was actually, before he got injured, because he had an ankle injury in the game, he was leading in touches, in contrast to ETN. So ETN ended up getting the most touches by the end of the game, but that's because Tootin went out with the ankle injury. But hey, he should not be on the waiver wire. I'm hoping I'm talking to someone in like a 10-man league or something like that. If he is in a 12-man league, he shouldn't be on the waiver wire. For the most part, I think I'm in some leagues where like it's only like start like nine. I mean like eight. Like it would be like a very short list, like quarterback, two running backs, two wide receiver, and like a flex. Of course, they got kicker and defense, but that's like start seven, bro. Like that league, like you really try to consolidate your talent in leagues like that. That start seven, So sometimes it'd be a short bench, and I'm not able to, during a week, the bye weeks, the Hows are playing like Tootin, but when he usually come on a waiver wire, somebody draft will play like that. I usually come on the team, you know what I'm saying? Because if you look, I got a rookie profile on Tootin. I got a rookie profile on the higher end rookies of this year. And I said he has the highest upside compared to any of the running backs. Like he's right up there with Hampton and Genty, like as far as my upside, my potential score, So, yep, if he would have got third round draft capital and he was like a couple picks from drafted, he was like drafted 402, couple picks from drafted in the third round, he would have unlocked a number of badges. But yeah, so he's a guy I would always tout. I was more so touting for him in best ball because he was buried on a depth chart at the very beginning of the season, but then they traded the player away. Then he ended up to being the backup, and all he had to do is beat out one running back. And hey, then I needed him on every team I had. Next, we got here's another hot waiver wire pickup, Michael Wilson. He had a crazy day. Now, I personally believe that's not something that you ever go see again in his career. I think I can, place a safe bet on that. But this is if Harrison is out again, he gets you another spot start. For the most part, he should be picked up in most leagues, especially 12-man. Like if it's 12-man league, he should already be picked up because everybody was pretty much yelling, go pick up Michael Wilson. because Harrison wasn't playing. But if he's not picked up, this has got to go grab. Probably I'm probably speaking to the 10-man leaguers, or probably. But this is gonna be a spot start. I don't know if I really want him when Harrison come back. He never been that guy. Next we got Chris Rodriguez Jr. and hey, he's been getting more and more snaps. So this, you can't really go for, I can't call it upside. It's more of we need bodies. If you need players to put in your starting lineup, this is a guy, you know what I'm saying? Because Bill is dealing with what is it, a shoulder injury. So hey, this guy getting more snaps. You got the guy that people love dealing with an injury. Might as well, if you just need a running back, go for it. I'm not a huge fan of the talent, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. Next, we got Luther Burton. Look, I didn't say Luther Burton too many times. We're not going to sit there and discuss about Luther Burton. I told you, Luther Burton is like the wide receiver. Like he's like the how you house the backup running backs on your bench. He's like the wide receiver version of that. Like, if one of these players get out the way, somebody get injured like DJ Moore, or they completely get rid of this goddamn little roach. What's his name? Ozaka Richard. I don't remember the dude's name. He had a decent game of a few games back, but I can't believe the man's still in the league, but he is taking snaps away from Burton. Burton is a talented guy, but he is a person more so that needs to be schemed. He's not the type that you can just throw out in any out there with any wide receivers and hey, go get scheme him up. He's in a perfect system. He needs to just need to get opportunity, and so he's staying on my bench on leagues that I have a deep bench or leagues that I went running back heavy. So next we got Darnell Mooney. Yeah, look, I've been hearing Darnell Mooney all season. I'll let y'all bet on that, man. Darnell Mooney have not done nothing. I never, I ain't gonna say I was the biggest fan of Darnell Mooney, but Darnell Mooney feels like a best ball player, not a player that I'm banking on in season long. So this is another desperate play. If it's a deep league and you desperate, you got to do what you got to do. Next, we got Kenny Gainwell. I've always liked Kenny Gainwell as a talent, as a prospect. Problem is, the man didn't do nothing with the Eagles. So now he with the Steelers, and do he not be looking like the best running back in the backfield? So I mean, hey, he had a crazy game this past week. He get touches. So if you just need a running back or you got a bench spot, why not put him on your team? Next we got Darren Wilder. All right. Now there's a chance that you can get Darren Wilder and this man get hurt again. I think we might be at this point in his career. But if you thirsty for a tight end, they're on bye, so you won't really get challenged this week, and he should be coming back after this bye. But bam, you can pick up Darren Waller, and hey, they was throwing the ball to him before he got injured. So there you go. And last on my list, well, let me mention the Las Vegas defense. I did see people saying the Las Vegas defense, and that's because they're going against the Browns. But the Las Vegas defense, that means you betting against the Browns quarterback who got a good chance of being Shador. So that's your goal. And good luck. Good luck with that. I don't really trust Raiders defense. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a better defense already on my team. I'm not going to get the Raiders defense. And last on my list of players to pick up, and for the most part in deep leagues, he's already picked up. A lot of 12-man leagues he's already picked up. So I'm surprised when people mentioning him. And but maybe I just play in competitive leagues, and that's Jaden Higgins. Jaden Higgins. If you looked at the rookie profile that I put out for Jaden Higgins, he got a number of my badges. This was a guy I kept pulling the trigger on in best ball. Most of my drafts, I think I pulled the trigger on him, and I end up dropping him because I don't really be having the best patience, with rookies. But I drafted him in a lot of leagues and released him in a lot of leagues. But if he's out there and your wide receivers are shaky, or you trying to cock block your opponent, hey, is the guy. Because if something happened, because he's keep getting better and better, getting more snaps. He's been fighting with snaps for Hitchison. That makes no sense. But what the Texans do don't make much sense to me in the first place, because the rookie receivers, are the best receivers, after Collins, Nico Collins. It's not even a question. Newell and Higgins are them guys. And they keep trouting Kirk out there, and Hutchinson. Like, I understand Kirk. But Hutchinson, I don't understand is David Hutchinson. I don't understand that one. That's a negative. But, if something happened to Collins, this can be the key. This is just like, I feel just like on the Burton. This can open up and bam, got somebody carrying you through the playoffs. But that's all I got for you people. Until next time, peace.